The Landlord and the Colonel. 'Twas night, the church bell clanged 10 times upon the 11th hour. You'd think that something strange was wrought up in that old stone tower. Could it be those rusty cogs had slipped and caused malfunction, or that the workings pleaded for that 3-in-1 type unction? The truth was stranger, more bizarre than you could ever ponder, and like some local you become quite curious with wonder, until that is you read the yarn there printed in the journal of 1885 and called The Landlord and the Colonel. The landlord was a skinny man whose nerves were stretched to breaking. The colonel's frame was big and bold, a general in the making. The story in the paper said they both had been arrested for boozing after time was up, a claim they both contested. The courtroom scenes thus then unfurled, displaying such a drama, the landlord trembled at the knees, the colonel's pose was calmer. The prosecution made its bid to prove the pair were lying, with cross-examinations terse and accusations flying. But still their story stayed intact. "It wasn't chucking out time," the landlord bleated, frightened stiff. "We hadn't heard the church chime." "You mean to say," the judge put in, "'tis Wolfram's chimes you're choosing to tell you when the hour has come to stop your punters boozing?" "That's right," he said with quavering voice. "My clocks they all are broken. I only know when time is up when Wolfram's church clock's spoken." "And did you hear 11 bells?" the judge asked of that evening. "Well, no, we all heard 10 go off, so no one started leaving." Now P.C. Drake was in the dock to give his testimony and shed some light upon the tale that he was sure was phony. "I saw the dog and duck's lights on, and these two drinking nicely. I checked my watch, wrote in my book, 11:12 precisely." The case dragged on for 2 more days, then someone from the jury announced "not guilty" to the crowd. The police were in a fury. "Not guilty!" shouted P.C. Drake. "My watch has never blundered." "And neither's God's," the judge roared out, his final judgment thundered. And so the two to freedom walked, the landlord and the colonel, winked at the judge as if to say, "Our secret's now eternal." That night the sound of welding torch was heard up in the tower to put the sawn-off cog tooth back that struck the 11th hour.